Good morning, dear students. Now we see Standard 9 Science Unit 22 World of Microbes. What is microbiology? Microbiology is a branch of biology that deals with living organisms of microscopic size, which include bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and viruses. It is a Greek word. Micros means small, bios means life bearing, and the logi means study. Some of the microorganisms are beneficial to us and they are used in the preparation of curd, bread, cheese, alcohol, vaccine, and vitamins, while some others are harmful that causing diseases to plants, animals, and even human beings also. Now we see about the microbes and their types. Microorganisms differ from each other in size, morphology, habitat, metabolism, and several other features. Microbes are unicellular. Microbes are of three types, that is unicellular, multicellular, and acellular. Example for unicellular is bacteria and the multicellular is fungi and the acellular is virus. Now we see about the bacteria. Bacteria are microscopic single cell prokaryotic organism without nucleus and other cell organelles. The size varies from less than 1 to 10 micrometer in length and 0.2 to 1 micrometer in width. Bacteria may be motile or non-motile. Special structure are called flagella that are found on the cell surfaces that is used for motility. Now we see the shape of the bacteria. Based on the shape, bacteria are grouped into three types. Spherical shaped bacteria that is called as Cocci, rod shaped bacteria that is called as Bacilli, and the spiral shaped bacteria that is called as the Spirilla. Now we see about the bacteria, structure of bacterial cell. Bacterial cell has cell membrane covered by strong rigid cell wall. In some bacteria outside the cell wall there is an additional slimy protective layer that is called as capsule that is made up of polysaccharides. The plasma membrane encloses the cytoplasm, incipient nucleus, ribosomes, DNA which serve as the genetic material. Ribosomes are the site of protein synthesis. The leg membrane bound organelles, in addition to this, a small extra chromosomal circular DNA that is called as plasmid that is found in the cytoplasm. Now we see the next one, virus. The term virus is a Latin means venom or poisonous fluid. Virus are non-cellular self-replicating parasite. They are made up of protein that covers the central nucleic acid molecule, either RNA or DNA. The amount of protein varies from 60% to 19%, and the rest of the nucleic acid. Nucleic acid is either DNA or RNA. A simple particle is often known as virion. They grow and multiply only in living cells. They are smallest among the infective agents, varying over a wide range of 18 to 400 nanometer. They can live in plants, animals, human beings, and even bacteria. They can be easily transmitted from one host to another host. Now we see the types of viruses. Virus are three types: plant virus, animal virus, and bacteriophages. Now we see the plant virus. Virus that infect the plants, that is called as the plant virus. For example, tobacco mosaic virus, cauliflower mosaic virus, potato virus. We see the animal virus. Virus that infect animals, that is called as the animal virus. For example, adenovirus, retrovirus, influenza virus, and poliovirus. Next one is bacteriophage. Virus that infect bacterial cells, that is called as bacteriophages. For example, T4 bacteriophage. Now we see about the fungi. Fungi, they lack chlorophyll and hence depend on living or dead hosts for their nutritional needs. Fungi living or non-living hosts are called parasites, and those living on dead organic matter are called saprophytes. The body of the fungus is called as thallus. Single cell yeast ranges from 1 to 5 micrometer in width. They are spherical in shape, flagella are absent, and hence they are called non-motile. Mycelium is a complex of several thin filamentous called hyphae. Each hyphae is 5 to 10 micrometer wide. They are tube-like structures filled with protoplasm and cellular organelles. Cell wall is made up of cellulose or chitin. Cytoplasm contains small vacuoles filled with cell sap, nucleus, mitochondria, Golgi body, ribosomes, and endoplasmic reticulum. Food material is stored in the form of glycogen or oil globules. They reproduce vegetatively, asexually, or sexually. Now we see about the prions. The term prion was coined by the Stanley Prusiner in 1982. Prions are viral particle which contains only one protein. They do not contain nucleic acid. They are infectious and smaller than viruses. Prions are found in neurons and are rod shaped. We see about the applications of microbes. Microorganisms contribute to human welfare in many ways. In this section, we will study about the usefulness of microbes. First, we see the microbes in agriculture. Microbes play an important role in agriculture as biocontrol agent and fertilizer. Now we see the microbes as biofertilizer. Microorganisms which enrich the soil with nutrients are called biofertilizer. Bacteria, cyanobacteria, and fungi are the main sources of biofertilizers. Nitrogen is one of the main sources of plant nutrient. Atmospheric nitrogen has to be converted to available form of nitrogen. This is done by microbes either in free living conditions or they having symbiotic relationship with the plants. For example, Acetobacter, Nitrosomonas, nostoc, symbiotic microbes like Rhizobium and Frankia. Now we see about the microbes as biocontrol agent. Microorganisms used for controlling harmful and pathogenic organisms and pests of plants are called biocontrol agents. Bacillus thuringiensis is a species of bacteria that produces a protein that is called as cry protein. This protein is toxic to insect larvae and kills them. Spores of Bacillus thuringiensis are available in saccades which are dissolved in water and sprayed on the infected with the insect larvae. We see the microbes in industries. For example, production of fermented beverages, curing of coffee beans, tea leaves and tobacco leaves, production of curd, production of organic acid, enzymes and vitamins, the microorganisms used. Now we see about the penicillin. Penicillin. These are a metallic product of a microorganism which in very low concentration are inhibitory or detrimental to other microbes. In 1929, Alexander Fleming produced the first antibiotic penicillin. In human being, antibiotics were used to control infectious diseases like cholera, diphtheria, pneumonia and typhoid. Streptomycin. This is produced from the bacterial microorganism Streptomyces griseus, and the antibiotic erythromycin, that is from the Streptomyces erythraeus, and the base itrazine, that is from the bacteria Bacillus subtilis, and the penicillin is from the Penicillium notatum, and the cephalosporin is from the fungi Cephalosporium, Acremonium. Now we see about the vaccines. Vaccines. These are prepared by killing or making the microbes inactive. These inactive microbes are unable to cause disease but stimulate the body to produce antibodies against the antigen in the microbe. Live attenuated MMR, BCG, IPV, hepatitis B, tetanus toxoid, TT, diphtheria toxoid. These are some of the vaccines that is from the some type of organisms. Now we see the microbes and the disease. Disease can be defined as an impairment or malfunctioning of normal state of the living organism that disturbs or modifies the performance of vital functions of the body. Disease can be categorized based on the extent of occurrence, whether infectious or non-infectious, types of pathogen and transmitting agent. Now we see the classification of a disease based on the occurrence. Based on the occurrence, the disease are classified into endemic, epidemic, pandemic and sporadic. Now we see the endemic. Disease which is found in a certain geographical area affecting a fair number of people. For example, occurrence of goitre in sub-Himalayan regions. And the next one is epidemic. Diseases which break out and affects large number of people in a particular geographical region and spreads at the same time. For example, influenza. And the next one is pandemic, disease which widely distributed on the global scale. For example, AIDS. Last one is sporadic, disease which occur occasionally. For example, malaria, cholera. Do you know World Health Day, that is 7th April, World Malarial Day, 25th April, World AIDS Day, that is December 1st, World Anti-Tuberculosis Day, March 24th. Now we see airborne diseases. Human beings inhale atmospheric air. Due to continuous inhalation of contaminated air, the chance for air microorganism to find the host and cause infection are higher. Most of the respiratory tract infections are occurred by inhaling air containing the pathogen that are transmitted through the droplets caused by the cough or sneeze, dust or spores. Tuberculosis, diphtheria, whirling cough are some of the airborne diseases. That is from the Mycobacterium tuberculosis, Corynebacterium diphtheriae, Bordetella pertussis. Now we see some of the diseases and the causative agents. Common cold, that is from the organism rhinovirus. Influenza, that is from myxovirus. Measles are caused by rubella virus. Mumps are caused by myxovirus parotiditis. Chickenpox is caused by varicella zoster virus. Now we see waterborne diseases. Microbes present in the contaminated water cause various infectious diseases. Some of the waterborne diseases are cholera, typhoid, infectious hepatitis, poliomyelitis, diarrhea. The most common waterborne diseases are cholera, typhoid are caused by the disease caused by bacteria. Poliomyelitis, hepatitis A, acute diarrhea, these are caused by viruses. Poliomyelitis, hepatitis A, acute diarrhea are caused by the virus. The causative organs are poliovirus, hepatitis A, rotavirus. Now we see vector-borne diseases. Vector is an agent that acts as an intermediate carrier of the pathogen. Many insects and animals act as vectors. Disease transmitted by vectors are called vector-borne diseases. Some of the Insect vector-borne diseases are malaria, filaria, chikungunya, dengue. And the diseases are transmitted through animals or bird flu or swine flu. Now we see the malaria. Malaria continues to be one of the major health problems of developing countries. Malaria is caused by a protozoan parasite that is called Plasmodium. Four species of Plasmodium: Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malaria, Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium ovale are caused by malaria. Malaria caused by Plasmodium falciparum is malignant and fatal. Approximately 300 million people around the world get infected with malaria every year. Malaria spreads through the bite of an insect vector, the female Anopheles mosquito, which feeds on human blood and usually lasts less than 10 days. A person affected by malaria will show symptoms of headache, nausea, muscular pain, chillness, and shivering, followed by rapid rise in temperature. Fever subsides with profuse sweating. Use of quinine drug kills the stage of malarial parasite. Now we see the mosquitoes prevention and control. Prevention of mosquito bites by using mosquito net, mosquito screens, mosquito repellent, and ointments. Elimination of breeding places by providing adequate sanitation, underground wastewater disposal system, and drainage of stagnant water. Collection of water in any uncovered containers such as water tank, pots, flower pots, discarded tires should be avoided. Control of mosquito larvae by spraying oil on stagnant water bodies. We see the disease transmitted by animals. Swine flu. Swine virus, swine flu. Influenza virus H1N1 has been identified as the cause of this swine flu disease. It is transmitted from person to person by inhalation or ingestion of droplets containing virus from people sneezing or coughing. Fever, cough, nasal secretion, fatigue, headache, sore throat, rashes in body ache or pain, chills, nausea, vomiting and diarrhea, and shortness of breath are the symptoms of swine flu. Now we see the prevention control. Administration of nasal pre-vaccine, avoiding close contact with the person suffering from flu, intake of water and fruit juices will help prevent dehydration. Plenty of rest will help the body to fight infection. Always wash hands and practice good hygiene. Now we see the next disease, avian influenza. Avian influenza is a contagious bird disease caused by viruses. Birds that can carry and spread avian influenza virus include poultry, wild birds and pet birds. It is caused by influenza virus H5N1. The symptoms of avian influenza are fever, cough, sore throat, running nose, muscle and body ache, fatigue, headache, redness of eyes and difficulty in breathing and the symptoms of these diseases. We see the prevention and control, avoiding open air markets where infected birds are sold, avoiding contact with infected birds or consumption of the infected poultry, proper cleaning and cooking of the poultry. Now we see the next disease, sexually transmitted disease, AIDS. Acute immunodeficiency syndrome is caused by retrovirus that is known as human immunodeficiency virus. The virus attacks the white blood cells or the lymphocytes and weakens the body's immunity or self-defense mechanism. It is transmitted through sexual contact, blood contact, by surgical equipments, maternal fetal transmission. The important symptoms of AIDS are weight loss, prolonged fever, sweating at night, chronic diarrhea. We see the prevention and control of the AIDS. Disposable syringes and needles should be used. Protected and safe sexual contact. Screening of blood before blood transfusion. Avoid shaving blades or razors. People should be educated about AIDS transmission. Now we see the next sexual disease, hepatitis B. Hepatitis it occurs due to the infection of hepatitis B virus. The virus damages the liver cells, causing acute inflammation and cirrhosis of liver. Hepatitis B is transferred from infected mother to their babies or by sexual contact. It is also transmitted by contact with the infected person's secretions such as saliva, sweat, tears, breast milk, and bloods. The symptoms are fever, loss of appetite, nausea, vomiting, yellowness of eyes and skin, light colored stools, itching of the skin, headache, and joint pains. Now we see the prevention and control. Screening of blood donors before blood donation can prevent the transmission. Injection of a drug to be prevented. Having safe and protected sex. Sharing of razors should be avoided. The hepatitis B vaccine offers excellent protection against HBV. The vaccine is safe and highly effective. Now we see about the immunization. Immunization is a process of developing resistance to infections by administration of agents, antigens, or antibodies. Inoculation of vaccines into the body to prevent diseases is called vaccination. One effective way of controlling the spread of infection is to strengthen the host defense. This is accomplished by immunization, which is one of the cost-effective weapons of modern medicine. Now we see the immunization schedule. The World Health Organization in the year 1970 has given a schedule of immunization for children. This schedule is carried out in almost all countries. The schedule, now we see the schedule. Newborn babies, that is the vaccine is BCG, first dose, and in 15 days oral polio, that is a first dose. 16th week DPT and polio. DPT means triple vaccine, and there is a first dose. In the 10th week DPT and polio, that is also first dose. In the 14th week DPT and polio, that is also first dose. 9 to 12 month measles, there is also first dose. Thank you, students.